with this statement, this opening statement, bhikkhus, I shall teach you noble right concentration with its supports and its requisites. Listen and attend closely to what I shall say. Yes, Venerable Sir, the bhikkhus replied. The Blessed One said this. What, bhikkhus, is noble right concentration with its supports and its requisites? That is, right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, and right mindfulness. Unification of mind, equipped with these 7 factors, is called noble right concentration, with its supports and its requisites. So before we launch right into noble right concentration, let's take a moment to talk about meditation or development of mind. So when the question is asked, why do we meditate? One of the common answers to the question is, we meditate to concentrate and to reach unification of the mind. One-pointedness is another way of saying that. Now, although that's a good answer, the issue that one can have with it is that it doesn't distinguish the Buddha's teaching on right concentration from, say, worldly, mundane concentration and one-pointedness. So the mundane concentration and one-pointedness can arise from peak moments in sport, from sex, from taking drugs, from skill in the military, and much, much more. The reason people are attracted to those peak moments is due to the high level of concentration and the stilling of one's thoughts. So that is one kind of unification of mind. The second one is, at the time of the Buddha, there were other spiritual practices that were there before and also at the time of the Buddha where people could attain to a level of concentration which was also one-pointed or unified. So the point here with this particular question is what makes the Buddha's teachings unique, valuable, and profound from all these other ways of unifying the mind? And the answer is really that the Buddha's teaching is not simply concentration that is one-pointed and unified, as we would conventionally understand it. It's not simply forcing the mind to stop and abide in a quiet place, which may still be rooted in greed, hatred, and delusion. And it is not simply concentrating just for concentration's sake. So when you understand that, and you understand what it is not, then you understand that this predicament in samsara that the Buddha teaches about, these 4 noble truths, that there is suffering, that there is craving as the origin of suffering, then the Buddha's teaching is really about getting out of this whole mass of suffering. That is the purpose of any kind of concentration that is being taught by the Buddha. If we develop the Noble Eightfold Path, which for all intents and purposes, from the Buddha's perspective, it's his definition for meditation, development of the mind. We develop the Noble Path leading to the ending of all suffering. And that's why we develop Noble Right Concentration. And where do we go once we develop Noble Right Concentration? Well, Noble Right Concentration, the Buddha says, gives rise to right knowledge, samajnana. And with right knowledge, this gives rise to right deliverance or liberation, samavimukti. So this essentially verifies if we have taken the right path. The Buddha explicitly shows us and instructs on liberation of the mind, so cetta vimukti, and liberation due to wisdom, panya vimukti, and so on from there. So this is a very important part of understanding the Buddha's opening statement about noble right concentration, this aryang sammasamadhi. This is the concentration that has 7 factors that support it to produce noble right concentration. It is rooted in non-greed, non-hatred, and non-delusion. And it is what is needed to realize nibbana.